morning, everyone. Welcome to another video. We're here playing Azurik. I need to turn my volume down. Smooth intro, smooth intro. That's the way we do it. Yeah, hello everybody. I finally stopped playing the other day. Every episode of this series so far was filmed on the first day. So we're now gonna excuse me. We're now gonna have a look at Makers of Progress. I thought I'd show off my save files too. This is how you make a new game. This is a save file from 2010, I believe. Maybe even 2009, but I think it was 2010. This was basically the game I was playing, if my memory serves me correct, but just before I started my original Let's Play of Guild Wars 1. And I never completed the game on this save file. I never really got that far, but you can see it's 58 in-game days worth of progress, and I got a bunch of stuff. But here we've got my test file here, and now the actual file where we want to be playing. So we're gonna head on in. I thought that might be kind of interesting to have a look at, maybe a little bit. And as you can see, we're on the beach here. What I did at the end of the last episode, we collected that disc fragment and just walked back through the dark cave. And we have 22 obsidians, and we just walked back through the dark cave, and then I just ran over here to save. So we're actually going to go back to town here. That means there's going to be a little bit of story stuff for us to see. We can also, because we've got 20 obsidians, actually unlock our next upgrade using the obsidian system. It's kind of annoying, because when we not this time we returned to town, but when we returned to town the time after that, it would be really nice if I had 30 obsidians. But the way I'm like planning to do this, I'm not quite gonna have that amount, so I'm not actually gonna be able to. Oh, my TV was being really weird there. So I'm not actually gonna quite be able to have like 30 obsidians for the time we visit town after that. So we won't get our next upgrade for a little while after this one. So do enjoy it. But we're gonna actually head up to the tower, and I will see you guys up at the top because we've got quite a lot to do today. Okay, here we go. We're back in the Tower of the Elements. We can, of course, listen to the Oracle once again to find out maybe what we should do now that we've actually been to the Earth Realm and got our next power. In fact, we've got 2 powers since then, but hey, let's listen.
Follow the rubies and use your air power to cross the broken bridge to the Fire Realm. Once in the Fire Realm, repair the flame generator and continue to the electrical forest, where you must find an earth power.
Ah, okay. And that is gonna take a while. So we're gonna be headed to the Fire Realm. When we were in the oh, excuse me, sorry guys, you're gonna have to excuse me this episode. I got a bit of a cough. I was like recording loads of stuff yesterday as well with Matt, and I was just coughing and spluttering through pretty much all of it, and it doesn't seem to have gone away. I don't feel ill. I've just got like a tickle in the back of my throat, and it's really frustrating. But yeah, I'll explain our goal for the video in just a moment. Right now, though, we're collecting our second upgrade, which actually isn't really an upgrade at all to us. It's a key. This key is going to allow us to unlock another area here in the town. Do you remember we went across that bridge the first time we were here? And I showed you that empty key holder? Well, now we can actually open that up. There are several keys and like things that you can unlock like this. I don't know whether I explicitly stated it as well. There's 100 obsidians in this game. However, 2 of the large chunks of the game you're playing don't actually have obsidians available to collect in them. So there's like 100. We're currently 22 in, but that doesn't really mean we're quarter of the way through the game. That just means that we're I've got something to show you down here as well. That just means that we've got quarter of the way done before the final big 2 area kind of things. Anyway, there's another area of the town here that I did want to show off with like a mysterious looking gate that you can illuminate. And back there, you'll find this very scary monster who comes out and tries to attack you full on, known as a Diluvian Stalker. Those are very dangerous enemies. That's the sewers of the town, and we're not going to be able to access that for a while, but you can have a sneak peek of that guy, which I've always found to be quite cool. The sewer area, actually, like, I vaguely know what goes on in there, but that's an example of one of the areas that I've never actually really got to in previous playthroughs. Or if I did, it was when I was a lot younger, and like my very first time with this game, where I spent a significant portion of time on it, and probably used the cheat to get loads of powers, and then eventually managed to worm my way down there. But I don't have too many like solid memories of what's going on. But anyway, that's the sewers. Cool idea, and we'll be visiting it later on. That's not the correct bridge. But for now, I'm just going to use this key on the key holder, which is just over here. I also figured out what was wrong with my TV as well while we were messing about back there. Basically, and I can talk about this, okay? I soft modded my Xbox so that I could play this game in 720p and have incredible quality like no one has ever seen before. Because, of course, you don't get to... This game was never on Xbox 360, so no one's seen it in 720p. And I'm sure it might be possible, but the best I could do was trick the game, the TV into thinking I've got an NTSC Xbox instead of a PAL one, which means I've got 480p instead of 480i. But when I started this recording, it was 480i accidentally. Anyway, we can press X to open up this door back there. Very cool, and this area is really nice. I'm going to crank up the ambient volume to 10 here. Cool little temple. I love it when we go into really closed-in spaces like this. This is the life temple, and it's actually incredibly useful as the game goes along, because you're going to permanently be able to get massive health pickups in here that restore your health to max. And this goes into what I was saying. Why weren't we on max health just now? Is because as you get health upgrades in this game, reloading at a save point won't put you up to max. So often you're going to find that you're not actually at max health when you come back to town, and this is a really good little thing to stop in and do each time to bring yourself back up there if you're about to do some really difficult stuff. Also, there's a really creepy whisper sound effect in here. I don't know if you can hear it, it's really weird. I don't know whether watching the LP here is going to give you like the full-on experience, but a lot of the time when you're playing this game, it's just so relaxed and you just like listen to these noises, and only these noises. It's just this. Anyway, it's kind of creepy. It's kind of creepy. It's a cool little area. It's not massive. I'm not going to jerk you about. I might not ever really go back there because sometimes you are going to be at max health, and sometimes I'll just feel, you know, quite confident going through, especially considering I will have already had a test run through and I'll sort of know everything. But it's a cool little upgrade that you can get. More utility to the town, more reason to come back to the town, which I do think is needed here. I think this game would have been really interesting if they had loads of, like, a lot of this game, I feel like, so that's not where we want to go, that's the Earth Realm. A lot of this game, I feel like, it's like the bare bones structure for a big adventure and a big open world, but it just needed to be populated with NPCs, because it's such a lonely experience and there's so little direction. You put the NPCs in there and it sort of solves both problems at once. And, you know, you can have NPCs, maybe add like another collectible, another currency or something, and you can complete, like, so even though we've now got our air power, guys, that is a huge... Oh, no! Damn it. Did I save at the top of the tower?
Press the A button.
I don't know whether I saved at the top of the tower or not. I don't think I did I? No, I didn't. Okay, I'm going to cut it. I'll see you guys in a second when we're going to the Fire Realm.
Youth is no substitute for experience.
Stop. The integrity of the Law Guardian must always be upheld. We are the keepers of Perathia's people and its honor. Balthazar, be at peace. Go now and meditate. It will do you well.
Yes, Master.
Young Guardian, you remind me of myself. It took all my concentration to master the ways of the elements. True power comes from self-control.
Soon I'll show you what true power really is. The Death Disc.
Alright, so the Fire Realm, of course, as I've explained before, we got the Water Realm there. I've decided I'm not going to go unlock the temple again, so we'll just unlock it next time we're in town. But this is the Fire Realm. That's that great chasm we saw before, but from within the Water Realm. And we will actually be seeing that again, not this episode, but in a little while. Because, what was I talking about? Basically, to finish my point earlier about the, you know, the NPCs, I feel like if they'd done that, maybe added another currency so that you could have, like, mini little side quests and stuff you could do with the characters, then, and, you know, little tasks and stuff, and they explain a bit more about the world and maybe show you different areas, then it sort of would have been perfect. It would have had a lot of stuff. You know, maybe you can upgrade different items or stuff. I don't know. It's like the one thing it was perhaps missing. There is a cheeky obsidian hidden over here, which of course we couldn't get in the town before because we didn't have our air power, so we can get across the bridge. And I will be demoing to you guys another air power soon because we haven't seen all of them. And there's this very dark cave here, so it's quite fitting that to get into the Fire Realm, you're gonna wanna, you know, I believe harvesters are weak to water. I'm actually not 100% sure. Let's have a quick look. No, so these are harvesters again, right? And we actually still, even though we have our air power, we still don't have the element that they're weak to. So they're really kind of annoying to kill. But yeah, in quite a fitting way. And as you can see here, I can fight full on. And I actually need to get to flat ground so that I can do a proper combo. I can be fighting 100%, you know, slamming the A key, but still, the A button, but still actually be able to pop my skill so that I can see. Like, the magic system's just so good. But anyway, in quite a fitting way, to get into the fire realm, we need to actually be illuminating the way with our fire power, which is quite cool. And over here, you'll see that there's a couple more harvesters. I'm actually not going to kill these guys and just hope they don't knock me off. There we go. And that's all for a ruby, that passage there. And to show you that there's a jump with a big flame plume in the middle. And I may well die again now, because this is one of the harder jumps to do, honestly, because it will catch you out. What we have to do is head up this side passageway here. This really isn't a very complicated area. It's just a straight line will take you to the ruby, and if you go left, it will take you over here. I'm going to run over here so that I can start doing my full combos on these guys. And just deal with these harvesters. And then we've got a pretty tricky jump to do. That was really nice. We managed to get loads of them at once there. There we go. Right, they're all dead. So that's where we were stood just now. The ruby would have been over on that ledge. We need to jump across this, but this fire comes up and the fire will hit you. But the hitbox for the fire is much greater than you'd expect. Like, it still exists well after the fire seems to have disappeared. And you can see it rotates very quickly. So we've got to be bang on after the... See, I'm probably going to die here. Oh, I didn't. Thank God for that. Okay, brilliant. And that's what you need to do to get into the fire realm. Technically, we're still in the town right now. All we did was cross a bridge and go into a cave. But if we walk down here, we hit the transition, the loading screen, and in we go. So, welcome to the fire realm, guys. I'm going to save the save pad here while dying of coughing. This is going to be what we're dealing with for the next 2 episodes, I predict, as long as I can meet my quotas, which will probably mean more long videos, but hey, it's not like anyone complains about those. This is the fire realm. The eventual goal here is we've got 3 of our 4 powers. There are options, by the way. I've got to explain this, right? There's loads of different stuff we could be doing at any time in this game. But I want to get all my powers, because then sort of it opens up the world a lot more. You can do all your combos and trigger into all the enemy's weaknesses and give yourself different shields and stuff. So it's important. So that's what I'm going for next. That's what the game recommends we do next as well, of course. And we're actually going for our final power, which means traveling a lot through the fire realm. The fire realm isn't so, like, open world as we've seen the water realm and even the earth realm. I know we haven't been there long. The fire realm is a lot more linear. It's very cavey. It's not, like, entirely linear, and I enjoy that about it an awful lot, but it is a lot more, you know, there's a much greater sense of progression you get going through this realm. And there will be backtracking. There will be some things that you see, oh, we need greater powers to get later. But for the most part, we're going to go on, like, a pretty standard video game adventure here, with a lot of branches and things, but you know, our goal is for our next power, and we do that in the fire realm. And it's taken me 16 minutes to get to.
Replenish your air element.
So there we go. Now that we got our air element, obviously it's telling us about the yellow power, the yellow globes. So yeah, we're going to speak to this oracle and get a move on.
The Diluvians were masters of the mysterious ways of fire. You must unlock their secrets, which are held in the Great Flame Tower.
Alright, the Great Flame Tower. So that's going to be something we're dealing with. You notice how there was a tower in the Earth Realm too. The tower in the Fire Realm is already pretty much functional. But basically, on the far side of this region, we've got a seal, like a doorway that we have to open. To open the doorway, we need to, like, restore, like, the furnace within the tower. And to restore the furnace within the tower, we need to get into a little room. And to get into the little room, we need 3 keys that we collect from around this realm. Now, that might sound really complicated, but it's really not that complicated. Let me talk a little bit about the enemies we're fighting here. Did he just jump in the water? Wow, that's amazing. These guys are blaze sentinels. The big, really intimidating ones look like they're more dangerous than the small fire elementals, which are those guys in the water. But actually, the fire elementals are way more dangerous because we don't have access to their weakness yet. The blaze elementals are weak to water, which we've got. So you do 1 full combo on them and then a single flick and then they die. The flame guys, though, are way more dangerous. They take ages to kill. So most of the time I'm going to be ignoring them. If we just go forward in the fire realm, we're actually going to find one of these. Have I shown you guys one of these just yet? These are big rocks that we need to dissolve in some way with some mysterious power. And this actually takes 3 level 3 of it to access, which is not going to be easy to get. I believe there's actually a fragment inside there, or it's either a fragment or an obsidian. So we're going to be coming back here way later. That's one small example of the backtracking we have to do in this zone. So we'll ignore that. But if we continue along forward, we're actually going to go to another optional area. I'm telling you it's all linear, and I'm now immediately pointing out all of the optional stuff. but it makes sense, okay? This is an area we don't have to go to at all, but I want to show you guys it off. This is the Flame Guardian Temple, okay? This is the site of one of the big boss fights in the game. I told you guys before when we were in the Water Realm that usually the final fragment of each disc you get from like a big boss fight. So if we have a look here, you can see there's loads of these enemies. We don't. I think it might be that I'm just not that great at the combat, because you do have more AoE attacks and you can do more stuff to knock people out by using your B. So it's kind of annoying when they like proper swarm you like that. But hey. Yeah. So as I mentioned, the disc fragments, when you get the final one, is usually from a boss. So if you look, we've already got 2 fragments of the water disc. So we're kind of only looking for 1 more fragment of the water disc, because then we get access to the boss and we can get the final fragment. Anyway, this is the temple. I'm not going to show off too much here, but as you can see, we can't really make progress. We need level 2 whatever to get through those rocks. There's actually an optional way through as well over there on the left, where there's a level 2 ice block as well. So we really don't have access. There's a bunch of gems that you can collect. I'm just going to ignore it for now. There is an oracle as well teaching us about the area.
You have found the stronghold of the Fire Guardian. Enable the mine car, which will take you to his lair.
Yeah, so something about a minecart. We'll be dealing with this later on in the plot, though, but I wanted to show you guys where it was. And it's also got really cool soundtrack in there, like proper, you know, epic kind of, oh, we're assaulting the stronghold kind of music. Very cool area. I think there might be... See, what I want to do is go to one of these extra regions and find some more obsidian, so that next time we go to town we've actually got a thing. Because obviously we left the area, all the enemies respawned, and now you see one of the big problems with the game that makes it just feel kind of rubbish actually fighting your way through stuff. He's going to kill me, damn it. Oh well, we saved it, and we'll just be at the start of the Fire Realm again, I believe. Yeah, here we go. So, we got the script. Now, there's actually 2 different ways we can go. Number 1 is forward. We just died just there, basically. I'm going to recollect these gems. Now, we can go forwards and to the Fire Temple, or we could have gone left where you saw that ruby earlier. I'm actually just going to drop down here. And this is smart, and I promise you it will make sense. The weird thing about the Fire Realm, at least the first section of the Fire Realm, because we're going to go to I wanted to end this first video at the Electric Forest, but we might have to end it early. We're already 20 minutes in. I mean, I did have to restart the system to get it up to 480p. I don't know. But we're actually going to come in here. The weird thing about this first section of the Fire Realm, anyway, is that it gets very dark, even though it's full of lava and stuff. But in that cave I just went to, you'll find your first key. It's really a good idea to get that key when I just did, because this area is kind of irritating. The further down you go, the harder it can be to get back up, because it's kind of mazy. And unless you specifically know the way back, you can get really stuck. So if you miss that first key, it's like a right pain in the dick hole to actually come all the way back and get it. So I recommend getting it first. The guide I'm following for my test file... Oh, no, not one of those. The guide I'm following for my test file is, like, recommends you get that key I got last, but it's just not smart, guys. So these are Blaze Sentinels, I believe. I should have told you that already. The other enemies are Fire Drakes, the flying ones, and they're also Fire Elementals. The Fire Drakes are just really difficult to kill. They fly around, they irritate you, and you're not going to be able to do much, honestly. This is the tower itself that we're currently stood at. There is an elevator on said tower, which will raise you nice and high. But again, largely this is an optional thing at the moment, because we need some kind of power to get through this wall. A power that we'll actually have access to pretty soon. You can see there's a disc fragment over there. We only need level 1 with that power. Interesting. Well, we won't have it pretty soon. We'll have it at the end of like, this whole section of the game. So that's the only thing at the top. You can do a big loop around, but there's nothing to see. The tower is useful though. Because on the second floor of the tower, or the first floor of the tower, there's actually 2 different directions you can go in. This is our ultimate goal over here, guys. This is the door we're trying to open. To open this door, we need to restore power to the tower by getting inside a small room that I think we're currently above. No, we're not. It's somewhere nearby. I'll show you the room, though. We need 3 keys, basically, to restore power to the tower. So we're actually going to come back over here. Now that we've scouted out everything that we're doing. And I can explain these rocks to you guys. Well, I already did in the air realm, but we never demoed it. So, water, fire, air. And we get a power that I've not demoed to you all just yet. This is the lightning power. So, all 3 of these elements is lightning power. I already showed you just air on its own. And I believe I showed you air and fire together. But this is lightning. So, there you go. That's lightning on our weapon. And, of course, the lightning shield was air and fire together. So what is air and water? Well, air and water is the last combination I've not shown you guys just yet. It's actually something I'll be using an awful lot in this realm. It's one of our first... Here we go. This is where we put the keys. You put the keys in the receptacles down there to get into that room. That's our ultimate goal. Air and water is our first really useful shield. I mean, the electric shield was useful for getting through certain rooms, and it will be useful in the next little zone too. This is where we got our first key, isn't it? It'll be useful in the next little zone too, but really, right now, we want the water and air shield, which is an ice shield, and the ice shield dramatically reduces the damage we take from fire attacks. Very, very useful. So, basically, if you want to get OCD about stuff in the comments, it's me running around playing this without my shield up. If I'm playing in the fire realms without my shield because it's just, like, deteriorated in some way and I haven't noticed, then that's me being bad, because you really have no excuse to not just have it up all the time. Anyway, we've got this cool little area here. This is... I don't know really what I call this. It feels a lot like the Earth realm in here, though, to me. And there's actually several things we can do in here. First of all, and this is the way you get back up to the top, by the way. As long as you can always find your way back, and yes, we have a lot of harvesters here. As long as you can get back into this room, you'll always know how to get back home, all the way back up to the top of the area. So we're just going to grab a couple of these rubies and break our way through this firewall. This area can be frustrating, honestly, because specifically this first one. This can be frustrating because it's really easy to get lost. It's easy to get frustrated and not remember really where you're meant to go. But just sort of keep at it. So basically, the way you get back is you got to use your air power to jump over to that platform there. But that's not what I want to do at the moment. We've barely scraped the surface of this realm. So instead, we're going to drop down here. I believe this section of the fire realm is called the Fire Caves, by the way. Or at least that's what they're calling it on the guide that I'm reading. It's all just fan names. All of it's fan names. These are the Molten Crevices. That's what I'm going to call it. So we're actually going to worm our way down this lava. Lava is instant kill. I don't know whether I've established that already in this LP. It's instant kill. More harvesters. Harvesters are kind of stupid. They will kill themselves on the lava and stuff. So if you just stand here, I believe it is. I actually saw a video guide. But when I was just getting nostalgic about this game, wow, it must have been like 2 weeks ago or something, before I'd even realised that I wanted to do an LP of it. I was just watching random videos of it on YouTube. Like, one person did a YouTube walkthrough of the game that's got no commentary at all. It's just, like, totally annotated, and at that specific moment he stood there and just let all of the enemies run in, and he put a little annotation, and he was very sparse with the annotations he was using, which is understandable. I mean, that's a lot of annotations for basically an entire Let's Play. But one place he did put an annotation was, "Oh, these guys are stupid," which I thought was quite funny. Anyway, we're now in what I call the Flame Maze. It's a very maze-like area of this realm in which you have to put out loads of fires. Can be very difficult and dangerous if you run out of water elements, so you got to be careful. In fact, I'm going to unenchant the axiom here. I mean, we could put on our lightning. Actually, no, we can't, because lightning's going to take up our water element too. And you know, it kind of makes sense. Lightning is air and water, I guess. You know, to actually, you know, the water serves as, you know, the passage, I guess, for the lightning, and then fire on there as well to represent how it's quite damaging. You know, it sort of makes sense. I love it. All of the magic that they do. Anyway, the one section of the maze, if you notice there, guys, I took 2 rights. I went right, and then at the next fork, I went right again, and that will get you to your second key. So we've actually now got 2 of the keys required. This area you can get stuck in for a long time, so if you are playing along with me, which I suspect is very few people considering it's an Xbox One game, yeah, get the key first. This is where you came into the room, we went right, and then we went right again. Now, there's also an obsidian hidden in this maze. There was one at the start, at the top of that lava fall. We're now going to get the second obsidian. This one I'm not so sure about, but I'm just going to hug the left wall this time and hope it takes me to it. Because the thing about this maze is it's not like... The thing that makes it really confusing and annoying... I don't know whether I should be fighting these harvesters, because I'm not doing very well against them. And in truth, I might die. And I really don't want to, because I haven't saved for a while. We'll be back at the start of the zone. I think we're okay. The thing that's annoying about this maze is it just keeps looping it back around on top of itself over and over and over again. Which is, yeah, pretty frustrating. Because you'll be like, I'm in a new area. And then you just realise you're back at the start again. And that happened to me so many times. Countless times, guys. It's unbelievable. We're also coming up on 30 minutes. I wanted to get out of this zone for this video, but I guess I've just sort of been rambling too much. The first, here we go. Here's the obsidian. So, is the obsidian in this room? I don't think it is. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. So you can come to this weird-looking room as a part of the maze. Actually, drop down under the slope. Damn it! This isn't the obsidian room. No. This isn't good. What if we come down here? Is it down here? Yeah, it is. It is. If you come into that room, you actually come to another temple-type area, and underneath the stairs, you're invincible while picking up pickups, by the way. Underneath the stairs, you'll find an obsidian, quite tightly hidden. And if you don't see that obsidian, this room will seem really weird, but there's actually other stairways and stuff above. The way to get out of this maze is to get onto that stairway higher up in that temple-ish room. Which, if you could sort of keep your wits about you, you'll find your way through pretty quickly. So, up here, for example, and through this fire, should be... It's not where I want to be. Damn it. Damn it. It should be somewhere around here, though. Do I end this video with us lost in the maze? Do I end the video with us lost in the maze? I actually know the way out of the maze, so it's fine. Here we go. Here's the staircase. So we'll head up the stairway. Through this doorway here. Might want to light it up. It gets incredibly bright, but I quite like that, honestly. You know, in games where you're in a really dark environment and then it light. Oh, no! Oh, that is just frustrating. Wow. In games where it's really dark and then it becomes so bright it hurts your eyes, I think that's always a fun thing. Ah, wow, I'm just falling down here. Okay, do I end the video stuck in the maze? No, I'm going to get out of the maze. I'm going to get out of the maze. So, we're going to come back up here. I've actually got everything in here. All you need is an obsidian and a key. So, I could go back to the start and then just, you know, take the 100% guaranteed exit that I know exists. So, it's either through here, across... Ah, here we go. So we're back at the start. This is what I'm talking about. Like, you'll get disoriented. So the way out of the maze, if you take a right again, but this time instead of sticking to a right at the second fork, you take an immediate left. You can come through here into this room. Oh no, and then there's another branch that I don't remember the direction I went. Let's try back through here. Was it left? I don't think it was. Yeah, and then you can come through here. We got this ruby. We're just to the side of where we were before. Up here. Oh, we're back in this room. No! Oh my god, how am I getting lost in here? I played this yesterday. Basically what I did, guys, was I played loads of the game. That's the top of that stairway, so that's definitely not the way to go. And then it must be further up. Did we just climb up through here? And then through that pit. I feel like it's through this pillared archway here. But we've done this already. We've done this. Especially if you're in an area where no enemies are fighting you. You know that you've done it. Ah, we're back at the start. Okay, no. This is fine. This is fine. Wow. Okay, we're going to come through this doorway. I know that the last time I got out of here, it was the start of the maze. I took a right. I didn't hug the right, though, because you hug the right and you go immediately into the key. So it was a left first. And then, what did I do last time? I went right. So I must have just hugged the left wall. That must have been what I did. And then you go up the stairs. Yes. I knew it was up these stairs. And then from the top of the stairs... Okay, so what did I do last time that had me go wrong? So now we're up here. Oh, I hit this and fell down. So let's try and just see what we've got. And then I went through that pillar instead of forward, when maybe I should have gone forward. Which I did in a circle. No. This is the start again, isn't it? This is the start. Is this the start? I don't know. Well, I don't have any other option. I've got to go through here. The fires come on very quickly as well, as you can see. I'm back at the start, aren't I? Oh my god. Wow, how am I getting lost? I'm lost in the maze. Do I leave this in? Do I leave this in? Has anybody, guys, have you seen the way I'm meant to be going? This is the thing. It's not even a complicated maze. I knew the way out. I've just done a circle there. Shit. Come on, burn it down. It's annoying that it blocks your progress, but you can't put it out until you take damage. It just sort of sucks. What about up here? It's got to have something to do with this. It's got to have. What if I was meant to go down instead of up? There we go. That's the way out. It's just meant to go down instead of up. There we go, guys. That was the lava maze. I need to find a save point. There is one just outside of this maze. Not over that gap. There is one down here. Because this is the thing that's kind of scary about this zone. Once you hit the save point low down, you've got to remember your way back out. Because otherwise you could be stuck in some very tricky looking areas for a while. I believe the save point, this video is just way too long, 30 minutes. The save point is just around here. Oh my god, we're in more caves. I do know the way. Wow, my expert opinion has just totally dissolved here, hasn't it? It's like I say, the area can be frustrating. I actually know it a lot better than I'm letting off. There we go, there's the third key with an obsidian below. I shouldn't be doing all of this. I shouldn't be doing all of this right now. Be very careful here. Obviously, you don't need me to tell you that. If you hit that lava, you're going right back to the start of the realm. Every pickup you've got so far will all be for naught. If we come up here, this should be where the save point is. This is where the keys go in, and then there's the save point too. Okay, that's a fine place to end it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Next time we will place the 3 keys in the receptacles. We have got every single obsidian. As messy as that looked, we have got every single obsidian we need, and we've got all 3 keys. So we've got everything, and we're in the right place. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you next time on Azurik, Rise of Perathia. Have a good one, everybody.